All right, everyone. I got one. I got 7 expenses that would drain your retirement saving the fastest. Now, before I go into what I'm about to talk about, I want to say this. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not your retirement planner. I'm not anything of yours. I'm just some random guy on YouTube. Now, just because I am a business consultant and I have consulted with some Fortune 500 company does not mean I'm your business consultant or your retirement planner. Even though I save my retirement doesn't mean I can help you save for yours. It's just some of the things that will drain your account. Now, these 7 expenses that will drain your retirement saving the fastest. Now, you don't want to spend your retirement time worried about your money. And I'm just trying to help some people who are in retirement or about to retire to think about this. You got one nest egg. And do you want to go back to work? Once in your golden years, it's different between, working another 5-10 years to living another 5 to 10 years and be able to enjoy your life. Because do you really want to work until you're 80, 90 and then enjoy 10 years? Or do you want to work until your 60s and enjoy 40, 50 years? And this could affect everything you do. And the first thing you need to worry about is healthcare. You know, the even in Medicare, out-of-pocket expenses can be significant. You know, one estimate from the Health View Service financially, 65-year-old couple retire in 2021 will likely spend $156,000 to $1 million in healthcare during retirement. Yes, you in retirement, you can spend 156,000 to 1 million in your retirement, and you need to make a good plan for it. And one of the good plans you can do is create a HSA account or health saving account. It's similar to a 401k, similar to a Roth, but it's a account used for health savings, and that's for future use, and it helps you mitigate some of your taxes. And that's a very big expense. You don't know how long you live for, but you don't want to save too much and not use all your money, but you also don't want to save too little and not have anything to use in all your health care for your medical expenses. Because as you do get older, your body doesn't act the same. Number two, home ownership. If you own a home, those bills don't go away. Bigger the house, bigger the expense. More electricity you pay, more things that can go wrong, roof replacement, plumbing issues, you know, because you own a house, even if you pay it off, does not mean that you're clear from it. And you need to save money for your taxes, maintenance costs, and if you want to downsize, taxes on the house might increase. You don't know. But, the average American age 65 and older spends about 16,800 per year on household housing related costs. And that's according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So if you have your house paid off and not including your taxes, you could be paying up to $17,000 a year in random costs for your house. And that's because of the issues with the house and the maintenance. These are things that you need to worry about, because as you get older, you can't be climbing the roof like you were in your 20s, 30s to fix it, or 40s, 50s. You might be 90. You can't be climbing on a roof and try to carry shingles to replace it. So you need to put money aside to make sure you can afford this. Now, number three, inflations. We don't know what inflation is going to do, but you need to have a diverse portfolio, stock portfolio, rental income portfolio to match or be better than inflation, because we don't know what's going to happen. And that's a very important thing. It's unexpected, so we don't know what's going to happen. So we need to save and make sure we have enough that we can fight inflation. And you have to make sure your portfolios are properly balanced so you can fight against inflation. Now, here's one that I tell people, and it really annoys me. Is number four, adult children and their children. You don't know how many times I've seen people call their parents 30 years old. I don't have enough money to pay my cell phone bill. And they ask their 60, 70-year-old parents to do it. Or they call, hey, my grandchild wants an iPad. Can you pay it for me, mom? And it's a $500, $1,000 iPad. And they're asking their grandparents because that's their grandchild. Now, shame on them for it, right? And according to a study, in 2018, 79% of parents were still providing support to their adult children. You know that contributes to 500 billion annually, and this is was done a study done by Merrill Lynch. So this study has been done, and in 2018, 79% of people are still asking their parents for money. They're adult children, and shame on the adult children, but shame on the parents not stopping it because you're hurting you're hurting your future, and you're hurting your retirement. And adult children need to start learning to either start making money, get a career, stop going to college, or do something with their life that makes money. Now, it's harsh reality, and that's the reality check that you are in retirement and you don't have extra income. Once you're in retirement, you don't have the extra income, so you need to cut your children off, especially if they're adult children. You can always offer them to come over and eat, but they're adult children. They need to make their own money. They need to be able to afford it. And if they didn't pursue the right careers, that is their adult children's fault. And you don't want to live in a poor house because your adult children want to live in a mansion, right? So make the right decision. And the next one is taxes. I can't talk about this enough. Taxes, taxes, taxes. And retirement account, there's Roth IRA, and there's an IRA, there's freaking and 401ks. There's all different type of strategies, and you have to use these strategies the best you can assume. If you think in retirement you're going to be making less or more money, this is where you have to figure out. I think I'm going to end up making more money in retirement than I will in non-retirement, because 9 to 5 will only get me so much compared to my retirement one. But why will I make more in retirement? Because based off either a company I own, based off my side hustle, based off of my rentals, all that stuff is still income I'll get. And my engineering salary will only take me so far. That's the difference. I have a high salary as an engineer, but at the end of the day, if I keep steamrolling it, my retirement will overtake my engineering income. And that's how I see it for my tax purposes. So I am going to take the best for my tax benefit for that one, but also I'll get Social Security benefits, and my Social Security benefits will be higher if there is a still Social Security at the time. That I get money from the government, and I could get 60, 70, 80,000 just from the government, from Social Security and my VA disability. I don't know until it happens, but that might match my engineering salary, eventually. I don't know what inflation will do to it. I don't know what's going to happen, but my retirement could be higher, and I need to save for the preparation of taxes. Most people should be making less in taxes, but you still need to be ready to pay taxes in retirement. And the next one is market downturn. You reach retirement goal, you say, oh, I'm good. I'm done. Whew, I don't have to worry about the market. I don't have to worry about rental. That's the opposite, because now you're heavily reliant on the market, and you want to make sure your retirement is market proof. Even if it goes down, you don't need to overtake money. Even if it's up, you don't take extra, so you can enjoy your retirement and have your money for it. That's why you always have to rebalance, and that's why you need to talk to a professional, because they're the one that looks at the stats, the numbers, to make sure your assets will last longer, and you can be able to recover from a downturn market. And lastly, longevity. Y'all need to plan on living longer. For better or worse, people are living much longer these days because the advance in healthcare. Now, you need a rainy day fund. You need to periodically adjust your financials. There's so much you need to worry about in retirement already. And longevity is one of them. If the average age of people passing away is 76, that is the average age. Now, if you look at the stats again, at the age 64 and a half, if you have no health problem, they expect you to live to 90 now. Well, 80 to 90. So that's 8 more years than that average. So if you're expected to live 8 to 15 years longer than the average person, and this is right now with the baby boomers, it's not counting the millennials. The millennials should, be honest, be living into the hundreds. So you need a plan for your, or Gen X. Actually, I think Gen X might live past 100. Who knows? They're kind of the tough generation right now. So they might live until 120, 130. So guess what they need to do? They need to plan on living longer, because healthcare might improve to the point where you live a lot longer because of how fast technology is moving. So based off of technology, you need to base it off how long you might live. You never know that longevity might be internal now. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, because who knows, they might upload your personality and your brain link to the internet. We don't know, because we, as of right now in retirement, already have Neuralink that Elon Musk put out. So if we already have this, and they advance it another 10 years, and they start putting people's personality and brains in robots, what are you going to do? You pretty much live forever if you're in a robot, unless your data get corrupted. Now what you're going to do without money, and you only plan 5 years. That's being optimistic, but reality is people are living longer, and they're actually living 10 to 15 years longer than expected and running out of money. And you really don't want to be working at Walmart at 102, making, who knows, like $12 an hour, barely making ends meet, living off of Social Security. Because I see this happen to people who are working in Walmart and working in Target. I'm not saying it's bad for them, but they have to work because they can't afford to live in retirement no more. You don't want to be in that situation. If you want to work, that's great, but you don't want to be forced to work. And at that age, your health might not maintain to work. Please like and subscribe to the video, and stay tuned for next one.